begin just by taking a few moments to discuss the nuclear deal with Iran that was announced this morning. While I'm still reviewing the intricacies of the deal, right now I'm deeply skeptical that this agreement will prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. The Obama administration appears to have capitulated on almost every red line that it established at the outset. I have strong doubts about whether the final provisions requiring inspections and curtailing enrichment in research and development are strong enough to be effective. Another significant concern is the fact that the removal of sanctions will give Iran access to billions of dollars and other resources to fund its campaign for increased regional influence, which includes proxy wars and material support for terrorist organizations. In fact, if you look at almost anywhere in the Middle East, whether it's Hezbollah in Lebanon or Hamas in the Gaza Strip or the Houthis in Yemen or the Shia militias in Iraq, they all trace their lineage back and are proxies for Iran. I'm deeply concerned about the fact that the deal creates a timeline for lifting the embargo on conventional and ballistic weapons without requiring Iran to change its behavior in any meaningful way. Given that Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism and is already intervening in conflicts in the region, the last thing that we should be doing is expanding Iran's access to weapons. Mr. President, in the lead up to this agreement, members of both parties expressed their concerns about the direction this deal was headed, and the release of the final document has confirmed many of those fears. Unfortunately, the President is apparently unwilling to listen to members of either party, and in his speech this morning, he threatened to veto any legislation that would prevent his deal from going into effect. Well, that's very disappointing, Mr. President, and it lends credence to the concern that the President is more worried about securing his political legacy than he is about actually preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. Regardless of the President's veto threat, members of both parties will carefully examine this deal and continue to do everything that we can to ensure that Iran never acquires a nuclear weapon. Mr. President, I want